everyone, and welcome back. We're diving deep today into something I know you're all about. Optimizing your future, especially your finances.
Yeah.
Getting to that financial freedom, but quicker, right?
Right.
And to help us with this, we're going to be looking at Chapter 13 of Texto Colado
Okay.
and their future optimization framework, which sounds pretty intense.
It's a framework, but it's really about kind of like getting back to basics in a lot of ways.
Okay, yeah.
Spend less, earn more.
Right.
Be smart about your taxes, invest wisely. Those are kind of the 4 pillars. But it's all about consistency.
Totally, yeah. It's that building that solid foundation, not winning the lottery. The book really hits hard on that just get started mentality. The author actually talks about going from broke to saving $100,000 in just a year.
Wow.
I know.
That's a pretty powerful story.
Right.
Yeah, but it's not just about taking action, It's about being intentional about it and aligning your actions with what you actually want your future to look like.
I see.
So one thing they suggest in the book, which I thought was really interesting, is using futurerim.org.
Okay.
You've ever heard of that?
I have not.
So basically you can send emails to your future self.
What?
Yeah. So think about it, 1 year out, 5 years out, getting an email from yourself.
Wow. So it's like a personal time traveler accountability partner.
Exactly. And as we grow, our priorities change.
Oh, for sure.
So it's like going back and revisiting those emails and kind of seeing how your definition of financial freedom may have evolved over time.
That's wild.
Yeah.
The book actually talks about Anita, who retired at 33, and she used this website, futurefree.org. I'm curious, what do you think were the unique challenges of retiring so young, and what kind of skills do you think she had to really make that happen?
I mean, retiring at 33, that takes incredible discipline.
Yeah.
And a deep, deep understanding of how finances work long term.
Right. Not just saving it, but making it last.
Yeah, you're talking about managing those savings for potentially decades.
Right.
So she probably had to become really savvy with investment strategy.
Yeah.
Live a pretty, specific lifestyle that supported that long-term financial independence.
Yeah. And did she have a community around her that understood that choice?
Oh, no, it's right. There's a whole social aspect there, too, I would think.
That's so interesting.
Yeah.
It's not just the money. It's the whole life around it.
Absolutely.
Okay, so speaking of getting started, the book has these 10 actions you can take, today, to kind of jumpstart your financial journey.
Oh, cool.
Increase your 401k contributions, open a Roth IRA, automate your savings.
Yeah.
Some people listening might be like, wait, what's the difference between a Roth IRA and a 401k?
Oh, yeah, that's a big one.
Huge.
So 401k, usually that's through your employer.
Okay.
And contributions are often pre-tax, so you're getting a tax break now.
Right.
Roth IRA, that's something you set up yourself. And you're contributing after-tax dollars. But then the withdrawals and retirement, those are tax-free.
Okay, so it's about which benefit works best for you in the long run.
Yeah, exactly. I love it. So yeah, those 10 actions, seriously, everyone listening, pause this right now and do at least one of them.
One.
Just think of it as a before picture for your finances.
Exactly.
You'll thank yourself later. All right, so we've taken some action. Now what?
Yeah, what's next?
Principle number 2 is focusing intensely and learning to say no, which, let's be real, is so much harder than it sounds.
Oh, tell me about it.
Right. Distractions everywhere.
Especially now in the digital age.
It's so true.
Right. It's easy to get caught up in the whirlwind of busyness.
Totally.
But busyness doesn't always equal productivity.
Right. Are you doing the right things?
Exactly.
So it's about saying yes to yourself and your future.
Yeah.
And no to all those distractions. It's like an investment of your time. Saying no today buys you freedom tomorrow.
That's a good way to think about it.
Right.
Yeah. Have you found it hard to say no to things? Even when you knew you should be head down, working on your goals.
Oh my gosh, all the time.
Right.
Especially when you'd rather just binge watch a show.
Yes.
Than work on your side hustle or whatever.
I feel that.
But then, I don't know, I kind of have to remind myself, what's going to bring me closer to my long-term vision,
That's so good.
Yeah. And it's okay, back on track.
Yeah, sometimes we need that little pep talk.
Totally.
With ourselves. The book actually has some really good advice for people who struggle with the whole saying no thing.
Okay.
It gives you 10 ways to do it effectively.
What?
Canceling unnecessary meetings,
Yeah.
setting boundaries with your email, turning off those notifications.
Yeah, boundaries are key.
Right.
It's about protecting your time and energy, recognizing that those are valuable resources.
I love that. And it's not just about work, right?
No, not at all.
It's also about making time for the things you genuinely enjoy, the things that recharge you.
Like actually scheduling time for your hobbies,
Yeah.
for the things you love to do, not just like scrolling on your phone.
That's so key.
Right. Finding that balance, hustling towards your goals, but also enjoying life now.
Absolutely. It has to be sustainable, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Like a lifestyle, not just a sprint.
Exactly.
Okay, so let's get into some like real world examples of how people are using this framework
Yeah, okay.
to actually like achieve this financial freedom.
Yeah.
The book talks about some pretty inspiring stories, like Anita, who retired at 33.
Wow.
I know. What were some of her key strategies? And did she have any kind of routines that helped her like stay on track?
So she was super focused on like increasing her income.
Okay.
Not afraid to like negotiate her salary, explore different side hustles.
Yeah.
But she also like really understood the importance of investing, especially using things like Roth IRAs and 401ks to her advantage, the tax advantages there.
Right, right.
And yeah, she had a routine.
Okay, what was it like?
I remember futurem.org.
Oh, yeah.
She used that to like set goals and hold herself accountable.
I see.
And then also like just tracked her net worth like religiously.
Wow.
And adjusted her savings rate as her income grew.
That's impressive.
Yeah.
It seems like she really embodies that, like execute consistently principle.
Totally.
But I wonder, did she ever feel limited by her spending choices? Or did she find ways to like enjoy life while still like hitting those financial goals?
That's a great question. The book emphasizes that it's not about like extreme frugality.
Right.
It's more about being intentional with your spending and aligning it with your values.
Right.
So she probably, found ways to enjoy life without derailing her progress.
I see.
Maybe she prioritized travel over material possessions or sought out free and low-cost activities in her community.
That makes sense. It's like finding those creative workarounds.
Totally.
So you can still have a life.
Yeah, for sure.
While you're working towards your goals.
Yeah.
The book also talks about JP, who retired at 28, which is just mind-blowing.
That is young.
I know.
Wow.
His story seems to be really focused on building passive income streams.
Yeah, passive income is key.
How did he manage to accumulate assets so quickly at such a young age?
So he, really dove headfirst into real estate and online businesses, to create those multiple streams of passive income. But it wasn't by accident.
Right.
He was super disciplined with his spending, lived well below his means so he could free up that capital to invest.
Right. Yeah.
And he also really embraced that focus intensely principle.
Okay.
Like dedicated significant amount of time to really learning about real estate investing and entrepreneurship.
It's a good point. Like investing in your education pays off.
Big time, yeah.
Huge. But like real estate and online businesses, that's complicated stuff.
It can be, yeah.
Do you think he mostly like DIY'd it, or did he like reach out to experts and mentors and get help along the way?
He definitely understood the value of mentorship.
Like he actively sought guidance from more experienced investors and entrepreneurs because he knew like their insights could help him, learn faster.
Yeah, avoid those expensive mistakes.
Yeah, avoid those expensive mistakes.
Totally. Like why reinvent the wheel, right?
Exactly.
He probably also tapped into online communities and resources.
Yeah.
Surround himself with people who were already doing what he wanted to do.
There's that like share and ask for help principle.
Right.
In action, right? Sometimes we try to do it all ourselves.
Yeah.
And we forget the power of like collaboration and asking for help and stuff.
For sure.
Speaking of staying on track,
Yeah.
JP had this interesting way to like monitor his finances.
Right, yeah.
Can you explain this whole like permanent and rotating metrics thing he did?
Yeah, it's a really cool system for tracking progress.
Yeah.
So he has his core permanent metrics, that he's always watching, like net worth, monthly expenses, that kind of stuff. But then he also incorporates these rotating metrics where he focuses on specific areas that might need a little extra attention.
I see.
So maybe he notices his dining out expenses are creeping up.
Yeah.
So for a few months, he'll really track that category closely.
Like a course correct.
Yeah, exactly. Become more aware.
That's brilliant.
Lets him stay on top of the big picture, but also zero in on those areas that might need a little tweaking.
I love that. These stories are so inspiring, but I'm curious.
Yeah.
For those of us who aren't aiming to retire early,
Yeah.
can these principles still be helpful.
Absolutely.
Sure.
Like the
Yeah.
core principles of this framework, they're universal. Whether you want to retire early or just have more financial stability.
Right.
The concepts of spending less, earning more, being smart with taxes, investing wisely, those apply to everyone.
It's about adapting the framework to your own goals.
Exactly.
Yeah, yeah. You talked about mindset earlier.
Mm.
The book talks about this whole like enterprise mindset. What does that even mean and how does it relate to financial success?
So enterprise mindset is all about taking ownership of your financial destiny.
Oh, yeah.
Like seeing yourself as like the CEO of your own life,
Oh, I like that.
proactively seeking opportunities, always trying to like increase your value, your earning potential.
It's almost like shifting from like a passive to an active approach to your finances.
Totally.
Instead of just reacting to things, you're like shaping it.
Exactly. You're in the driver's seat.
I love that.
Yeah, it's about making those conscious choices that align with, what you want to create in the long run.
What are some ways people can actually like cultivate this enterprise mindset?
So the book suggests surrounding yourself with successful people,
Okay.
people who inspire you,
Yeah.
who embody that mindset.
Yeah.
And it also emphasizes continuous learning, investing in your education.
So it's about like seeking out inspiration, knowledge, and connections that'll help you grow.
For sure, yeah. Create an environment that allows you to think bigger
Love that.
about your financial future.
Okay, that's great. And don't be afraid to fail.
Wow, failure's huge.
Yeah.
It's a learning opportunity,
Totally.
Don't let setbacks discourage you. View them as feedback.
That's so important. It's easy to get discouraged when things don't go as planned.
It happens.
But like you said, it's a learning experience.
Certainly
And
did.
don't forget gratitude.
Oh,
Right.
gratitude is so powerful.
Yeah.
Focusing on what you have instead of what you lack can really shift your mindset.
From like scarcity to abundance.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Appreciating your progress,
Yeah.
acknowledging the resources you already have available to you.
It's so important to celebrate those wins along the way, no matter how small.
Totally.
It's like recognizing that we're already abundant in so many ways.
Yeah.
And financial abundance is just like an extension of that.
Exactly.
I love that.
It's about believing in your ability to create the financial future you want.
Absolutely.
Get this.
Okay, we've covered a lot.
We have
From practical steps to like mindset shifts and stuff.
a lot of good stuff.
It's clear that financial freedom is this like multifaceted journey
For sure.
that needs both like skills and the right mindset.
Totally. Yeah.
What are your thoughts on the importance of balance though and like avoiding burnout on this whole journey?
Yeah, that's key.
It's true. It's so easy to get like excited about the whole building wealth thing and you want to go, go, go.
Right.
But it's a journey, not a sprint, right?
Totally.
And every journey, there's bumps in the road.
For sure.
How does the book talk about like those challenges and setbacks, the stuff that can really throw you off?
It all comes back to having that strong financial foundation, I think.
Okay.
Your first line of defense,
Mm-hmm.
a good emergency fund,
Yeah.
something to cushion those unexpected blows.
Right. Like when the car breaks down or there's a surprise medical bill or something.
Exactly. Things you just don't see coming.
And it keeps you out of debt.
Totally. Yeah, it prevents you from like having to go into debt when those things pop up.
So smart. What are some other things that can help build that, like financial resilience, so we can handle those curveballs,
Diversifying your income streams.
Okay.
Not putting all your eggs in one basket.
Right. Because what if that basket tips over?
Exactly. That's what you want to avoid.
Yeah.
Relying on just one source of income can be risky.
Yeah, for sure.
If that one source dries up, you're in trouble.
So side hustles, investments, even things like rental income.
Yeah, all of that contributes to a more stable financial picture.
More like a safety net
Exactly.
with multiple layers.
Totally. A more robust financial ecosystem, I guess you could say.
I love that. And it doesn't have to be like some huge complicated thing, right?
No, not at all.
Even just a small side hustle or a little investment portfolio can make a big difference.
For sure. Every little bit helps.
Okay, so those are the tangible steps, but then there's the whole mental and emotional part.
The mindset.
Yeah, of dealing with those setbacks.
Yeah.
How does the book talk about that? Like, what kind of mindset do you need to get through those moments where you just feel stuck?
I think it emphasizes the importance of having a long-term perspective.
Okay.
Not getting too caught up in those like day-to-day ups and downs.
Right, the short-term stuff.
Exactly. It's about keeping your eye on the prize.
On the big picture.
Right. Your long-term goals.
It's like remembering your why are you doing this in the first place?
Exactly. And that can be really motivating.
Absolutely. And like we've talked about, you don't have to go it alone, right?
No way. Like Community and support are so crucial.
Yeah.
Don't be afraid to reach out to friends, family, a financial advisor.
Anyone you trust?
Yeah, when you need guidance or just like someone to talk to.
Yeah, just to vent sometimes.
I told you.
Really helps to have someone who gets it.
Right. Who understands the journey.
Totally.
You can also join online communities, find mentors,
Yeah.
people who've already been where you want to go.
Love that.
Sharing your experiences, learning from others, it can make a world of difference.
So true. Well, as we wrap up this deep dive into the future optimization framework,
Yeah.
what's like the one big takeaway you want listeners to remember?
I think it's that financial freedom is about way more than just the numbers.
Okay.
It's about having that control over your finances, making choices that align with what you value.
Yeah.
And ultimately, designing a life that makes you happy.
Designing a life you love.
Yes, it's about living a fulfilling life on your own terms.
I love that. It's so empowering.
It is. It really is.
And remember, it starts with just one step.
That's all it takes.
No matter where you are on your journey
You can always take that next step.
towards your goals.
You got this.
I love it. Well, thanks everyone for joining us on this deep dive. We hope you feel inspired to optimize your future.
Yes, go out there and make it happen.
And we'll see you next time for another deep dive into a topic that matters to you.